Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by the Detroit Lions on the Prowl and the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to get into a little bit of free agency. We're cutting away from the draft just a little bit because everybody's doing drafts. So we'll do something else today. We'll discuss a lot of other things and some topics that are here. But first, I got to bring in my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, hey, join the family. Subscribe to the channel because we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We got family, and it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. We got your main course. We got the Wall of Fame. We got Detroit Lions on the Prowl trivia. We got comment cards. We got question of the day and dessert with your man, Curt. So let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Well, there you go.
Welcome back to the show, everybody, and we're going to talk about free agent defensive tackles that are still on the market. What do you got for me, Curt?
All right, so the first up, big name on the board, Sheldon Richardson, 6'4", 295 pounds. He last played with the Cleveland Browns. All right, his career stats, I mean, for real, I mean, this guy's a stud. 31 sacks, 461 combined tackles for his career, 10 forced fumbles, 14 passes defended. I mean, the guy is a stud. I mean, he's played a lot of his career with New Jersey. He's played Seattle, Minnesota. His base salary for 2020, though, was $12 million. So, you know, and he's kind of up there. But, you know, good size, 6'4", 295 pounds for the 30-year-old coming from Cleveland who just got released. Next up, we have a former Michigan Wolverines, Maurice Hurst, you know, 25 years old, 6'2", 291 pounds. Now, his fair market value, now that is based on Spot Track. They say, hey, okay, this is what this guy should be getting around per year. Now, that's total combined. That's, you know, you can look at what you talk about, signing bonus, average salary. So about $5.6 million per year. His career definitely was out there with the Oakland or Las Vegas Raiders. He had 7 passes defended, 1 forced fumble. He had a total of 8 sacks in his career. He's only been in the league since 2018. So that's only 3 years that he's had in the NFL. Next up, we have P.J. Hall. Now, P.J. Hall is another young fella. He's only been in the league since 2018 as well. 6 foot, 305 pounds. So, woo, I mean, he's a little low. He's 26 years old. Now, his stats aren't as great. He is more of a run-stuffing defensive tackle. You know, he only has 2 pass breakups, 2.5 sacks for his career, 82 combined tackles. He's more of a rotational guy. So you may want to look at him as, you know, you can plug him in. And the last guy we're looking at now, this guy is like Richardson. He's a little bit older, but he is a stud defensive lineman, 6'1", 305 pounds. His name is Jarrell Casey out of Denver. He spent most of his career in Tennessee. He's 31 years old. His average salary for 2020 was $11.2 million. Now, his career stats are as follows: 51 sacks. So he definitely above the rest of these guys in sacks is concerned. 15 career passes broken up, 8 forced fumbles. I mean, the guy is a stud. He didn't have a really good year out in Denver last season, which was cut short due to injury. He only played in 3 games. Most of these guys played in 9 to 10 games last year. The only one that started all 16 games was Sheldon Richardson. He played all 16 games last season for the Cleveland Browns. So these are some of the defensive tackles that are out there. Now, we wanted to talk about this. This is kind of my angle, is that we have a lot of defensive linemen. We do. But if you look at the defensive tackle depth, it's not really that great outside of Brockers and Pendicini. You know, you really got some kind of guys that are like, and we may need an upgrade in that depth part I'm not too sold on Nick Williams or Kevin Strong.
Yeah.
So I was about to call him Kevin Short. I'm thinking about K1 Short. I live in Carolina, people.
Yep.
Give me a break. But these are some of the guys that we may be able to bring in and kind of upgrade the depth position at defensive tackle.
For me, it depends on what we're going to run. We're running a 3-3-5. You don't need that many nose tackles. I'm sorry,
Right.
you just don't. I mean, you need 2 or 3 at the most. And I think we can get somebody in the undrafted free agent market. Why Hurst interests me because he's only 25 years old.
Yes.
He could fit with this rebuild, and I actually really like his play. So it's like I think he could be somebody I might like, but I don't know if it fits with the rebuild. I don't know if it fits with the price tag. I guess that's my thing. He's 6'2", 291, so he could play nose. He could actually probably even play end if you're playing a 3-3-5. But we have a lot of defensive tackles. But I am defensive.
Yeah, I mean,
we do.
I'm just looking at the guys outside of Penny City and Broncos. When we try to get into that depth, I know we have Deshaun Hand, and me and Jim and I talked about this. Where Deshaun Hand can play defensive tackle and he can play. But if you look at the guys that we have now.
But Jayshon Cornell we still have. We still have Trey Flowers. You can kick him inside if you want to put the Aguirre brothers on either side. There is a lot of people that can.
It's a lot of mix and match.
Right.
Yeah, I got what you're saying.
Right.
It's a lot of pieces that you can.
But this guy's a different level. Is I think what you're saying and I'm saying too, and he's going to come into his prime right about when we're going to hit that that time over 2023 where I think we're really going to be a good team.
Yeah, I feel you.
Wow, this is the one guy I might give a longer term, a 3-year contract to. I might. Yeah, I might. I know it's crazy. I really do. I know. I realize it. This is like a surplus of talent, I think, already on the defensive line. I do think we're going to have to draft some people next year, and I think we're going to have to redo this whole line via the draft. I think that's what's going to happen. Right. I don't think Flowers is a long-term future here. I don't, I think they're going to get rid of a lot more people. I really do next year.
Yeah.
And maybe the year after that.
Looking at Hurst, he could be a guy that can, he's has the ability to be in the system for a little while. If you bring him in now, he's only 25 years old. Yeah. Bringing him back to the state of Michigan where he played his college football, maybe something that interests him, and as long as we can get him on a Disney deal, where we can, how he is. I mean, even if he gives him that 5, if it's spread out over signing bonuses and, things of that nature. So, I mean, I think
price wise, it doesn't fit what they're doing.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
A lot of people don't.
They brought in Jared Goff though.
Yeah. And they brought in Brockers.
Yeah. And they brought in Brockers.
So,
I mean, it's not impossible because they do have the cap room.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not impossible at all because they have the cap room.
2 fullbacks.
Yeah. And there's some guys that we can definitely get rid of. So, I think of all the 4 guys that we cover, I think Hurst makes the most sense because he's probably the most versatile of the group, and he comes with a lower price tag than the two bigger veterans in Richardson and even
Richardson. If you get him on a 1-year deal,
he could be a stopgap guy. He could be a stopgap guy. Yeah. Sure.
I don't think Hurst is a stopgap guy though.
No, I
just don't. I think he's someone that if we were in maybe 22, 23, I would say, let's go get him. I don't know that's not the way this team is going to be built. They're going to be built on the draft, through the draft. And I think that it's not built through free agency. I mean, there might be that freak guy out there, but you don't do that until you're ready to go.
You know what I mean? Here and there, just like it did with Ramsey out there in LA, where it was kind of like, okay, their team was set. Okay, and then they got rid of Marcus Peters and Talib and a couple other guys, and they were like, okay, we're gonna roll the dice and get rid of our couple of first round draft picks and got Jalen Ramsey. All right, so that is the free agency carousel for defensive tackles right now. Let's get into some more news and rumors. Jim, I know I saw this as well. I saw the videos on Instagram. Lions cornerback Jeff Okudah and wide receiver Breshard Perriman were working out together, and along with some more Lions players. What do you think about that?
I love this. I love it. Stafford used to do this in the offseason too, but I love to see Jeff Okudah out there getting some work. Breshard Perriman definitely needs the work as well. Those two working together because of Perriman's speed. Yeah, I think it's really, really good. I think it's good for Okudah.
And another, kind of quietly, it was kind of, if you don't follow his Instagram, you wouldn't know that they were working out together. TJ Hawkinson was out there working out with Quintez Cephas as well. So you see him, because you always see TJ Hawkinson working out with George Kittle. Yeah. So he's working out with his buddy and another guy that may be trying to prove his speed, because God knows he needs to. Jelani Tavai was working out with TJ Hawkinson as well. So he was out there. Yeah. So they got some guys getting some work in outside of the facility. You knew they wasn't gonna, they opted out of going to the facility, but they're working with each other. I think they're out in California out there working out right now.
Lions are getting at it, man. I'm so excited for this draft. I'm so excited for this season, this new regime. Everything smells different. You know what I'm saying? It's just the eye test. I haven't seen it yet, but what I'm hearing, I love it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely can see the plan. Yeah, Atlanta signed former Lions safety Duron Harmon. Good luck with that. He practices social distance tackling. So good luck with that guy.
Maybe he got vaccinated this offseason. Maybe he'll tackle this season.
Maybe he'll get within 6 feet of somebody. Let's hope so.
Yeah. Now here's the one draft rumor that is definitely going to affect what the Lions do at 7. Draft rumors are pegging Jamar Chase to the Bengals, and what that means for the Lions. Now that means that Penasini young fella might just fall to the Lions if this is the case.
Yeah, you're saying Penei Sewell might drop, but they got Miami taking him just before us. Yeah, that kind of sucked. But then you're if they take Sewell, that means one of them quarterbacks drops to us, and it looks like we could get a trade back situation.
That's definitely maybe one of the things.
Yeah. It leads into the next thing, though. The Detroit Lions are trying to move down. This is from The Athletic, actually. I got it from Lions Wire, Pride of Detroit. But they actually are supposedly looking to trade down. Now, I want to say something about this, because this is the season for the smoke screens, the smoke and mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Buddy, everything you hear right now is a lie. I'm just letting you know, everything you hear right now is a lie.
It's NFL poker, right? It's NFL poker right now. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
The bluffs are coming because you want to be able to set yourself up for the best scenario available. So, I mean, you're looking at it where, okay, when quarterbacks or, like we said, Sewell may go to the Dolphins ahead of us on a but then I've seen it where, they're taking a weapon for Tua out there for Tua. So I mean, and we talked about this on the show when we talked about Matt Bomb, because of the fact that I think that Jamar Chase may go to Cincinnati because of the fact his familiarity with Joe Burrow.
I agree.
And they just got rid of AJ Green. He's out there in Arizona right now. They let him walk on a free agency deal. So it's like,
because this is out there, I think they're taking Sewell.
You think they're taking Sewell?
Oh yeah.
The only thing with that for me is that they already brought in one of his familiar weapons during this offseason. They brought in Thaddeus Moss this offseason.
That makes sense. What happens though, Curt, if they take Sewell and you go down to Miami and they take Slater?
Ooh.
We are. Yeah. I mean, we're forced to take Randall Flagwell like this one. We're forced to take that great wide receiver that's going to just change the franchise around and, make sure that we get to the Super Bowl, because that's happened before.
It's going to be if that happens, it's going definitely. Well, I believe it's going to be it anyway. I think it's going to be best player available.
Yes. Yes. But what is that? Who is that? At that point, if those guys are gone, who is that? Jamar Chase?
I think it may be a trade back situation if those two guys are gone. Just to be honest with you, if they're gone, the Lions are going to trade because you're going to look at where you have Trey Lance or one of those other Justin Fields may be available, and
right.
Going to have
The
some guys who's
Lions,
going to
do the
go
Lions take a quarterback
come up.
there? Is there any chance the Lions take a quarterback
Man,
there?
Lord, I hope not.
You and I are on the same
I hope
page.
not.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Trey
7.
Lance has his pro day today. So I just wanted to let you guys know that.
Is that another one? The second one, right?
His second one. Yeah,
second
second one. So
and you notice that only the guys that have a question mark are having a second pro day. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
You don't see Zach Wilson having a freaking pro day, or we all know Trevor Lawrence had that surgery on his non-throwing shoulder, but you don't see those guys, having a second pro day. But the ones that are kind of that, okay, they want to show again what they can do. The little question mark, they having a second pro day. But I mean, hey, good luck to the young fella. I hope he can improve his draft stock. I mean, if so, I mean, let us trade back. I appreciate you.
I'm going to say something here. I'm not going to make it the question of the day today, but I'm just going to put it out there to you guys. How sick of you are you guys of draft talk right now? I mean, are you, I mean, it's like, that's all everybody's talking about right now. And if you want to know more about that's great, but let me know. I mean, let me know. I'll probably put a poll up there and on the community tab and see what you think.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the point where I just want the draft to get here and talk about who we got.
We're a little over a week away, so from the draft. So
crazy.
It's one of those things. Hopefully, if not, what do you guys want us to talk about? If it's not draft coverage and it's not free agency, I mean, what do you guys want us to talk about? I mean,
let us know, man.
Drop us a comment. What do you guys want us to talk about? And that way we can look at maybe some research. If it's even more draft coverage, what do you want us to cover about the draft? Because we've covered the first 3 rounds so far.
Yeah, 3.
So do you want us to cover later rounds, or just let us know what you want us to talk about?
Yeah, let us know in the comments below. I'll probably put up a poll question or something like that. But right now we're gonna march over to that wall of fame. Curt, who do we have on that wall of fame today?
Okay, we got, for our bronze members, we got Krista Riley, Art Allen, North End Ken. Wow, I love that name. Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, Bubba Bo, John Kapler, and Detroit Lions Talk with Micro Mike. What up, Mike? All right, over there in our silver members, we have Nomus J, Jason
Gnome?
Porters, and Go Lions. All right, and we have our gold members. We have Bob Corzo, Turner C. Burley, we know he hits me up on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Just in the D, Show Me BC, Rando Flag 606, man, friend of the show. Great talking to you last week. Miles Gibb, Randy Prince, the Gridiron Blitz, and the doctor. Dr. Detroit is always in. So that are our gold members right now. If you want to learn more about becoming a member of the channel and get your name on the wall of fame, click the join now button in the description for more information about becoming a member of the channel.
Yeah, we got Detroit Lions trivia on tap right now. And this was an easy one for me because I loved this when they did it. What well-known song by the rock group Queen was the unofficial Lions theme song when the team started the 1980 season by winning its first 4 games?
Oh, man, that's easy, man. Another one bites the dust.
Absolutely. Right, absolutely. Curt crushes it on the trivia end here, man. So we got on Facebook, we got Jeremy Hartwick is our winner. And on Twitter, it's JT is our winner on Twitter. So yeah, the question of the day for tomorrow, we don't have that yet, but it will be on Twitter and Facebook later today. So go ahead and go over there and get in on the fun. It is kind of a fun thing that we do here. So I like it a lot, actually. So let's see what you had to say today. Let me see here about your comment card. Gotta make sure I got this right. All right, Jeffrey Militzer. Okay, check this hypothetical draft scenario. Here we go with the draft again. Quarterbacks go 1 through 4, offensive players 5 and 6. So when the Lions are up at 7, the last of the top QBs, either Chase and Pitts, are available. Carolina trades up to 7 for Chase or Pitts. Then New England and the Washington football team comes to 8 for one of the quarterbacks. Huge haul, the 21st and 22nd draft picks. That would be a dream draft outcome. Thoughts? I don't think Denver comes up for Chase or Pitts because whoever we don't pick, they're going to be able to pick. So I don't see that as a reasonable scenario.
I don't know if they come up one spot.
If they do, we should be able to get not only the 21st and 22nd picks, but also other picks involved as well, especially for that Washington football team or New England trade. And we would get a little bit better of a haul there. And this draft could set up to be a very good draft for the Lions if this all happens. I just don't see them trading up for that, though. I just don't.
Nah.
Our trade up possibilities died with them getting Darnold. I believe that's who they got.
I believe so. Yeah, by Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
But hey, it's a nice draft scenario. I mean,
I'd love it. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I love it.
But hey, shoot for the moon. You never know what you get. All right, Dr. Paparoni says,
I love that name.
Yeah. How many times do they have to say they are not going to do a rebuild? Stop. And they're not taking a quarterback. Okay, they're not.
So I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Sports Gamer says this guy's a little ridiculous. I don't want Holmes because he can't choose a QB, but he was really good with defensive players. Yeah, but who's good at choosing a QB? John Dorsey, who is in our front office. I agree with you there, but I just don't see why we're taking a quarterback this year. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, it's whatever you guys want, and if that's the guy, then go right ahead. It worked out well with Stafford and all that, and we'll do it again. Sounds great.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Christopher Sajowski says, bottom line, Goff is better than anyone is going to draft. The man has been to Pro Bowls, Super Bowl, and won playoff games.
Yep. He's definitely been to Pro Bowls. He's been in the Super Bowl. He's won playoff games, and he had a 10 times better team around him than we do. And he had a running game, and he had a defense.
We're trying to get that to him right now, but we'll see.
We'll see. I'm not negative on this team. I'm not, because I see the future. I see the plan, and I think it's going to work. I really, really do. Just got to stick to that plan. Don't be stupid. Yep. Don't do dumb stuff, and we'll be all right.
And they've been doing that so far.
So far, so good. Be ready, Athletics. KZoo Ninja, friend of the show. It just seems like today's fans and media don't really appreciate the hard, gritty side of it. Shaking my head. Madden and fantasy have killed perspective. That's kind of interesting, because I mean, I know fans that give Madden ratings out as stats.
Yeah, I've seen that before, and I'm like,
he's an 89. I'm like, what?
Is that in PFF?
It's not real life.
Yeah, that's Now I will say this: those guys, they do. I mean, EA Sports do send people out to games to watch and evaluate.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that
players,
but there's a lot of players. I
don't really put any stock in what the Madden ratings are for a player. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, just because he has a blank in Madden, he should be a good player. Man, hell no.
He's rated 98. Let's go get him.
I mean, and I don't even put I put more onus on his PFF score, but even that has to be taken with a grain of salt, because sometimes a guy can have a great PFF score, but he doesn't pass the eyeball test. You're like, this dude is trash. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Or he's better than what his score is. You know what I'm saying? So it goes both ways.
Yeah,
all right.
It does.
Last one. Philip Norman says, remember Charles Rogers cannot afford to take a chance on someone that skinny.
Talking about
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
I've had my issues with but Charles Rogers really, it wasn't about his size. He just couldn't stop being a knucklehead. I mean,
that's kind of the truth, but he had shoulder injuries and all kinds of stuff that held him back, and that started all that stuff for me.
Yeah, and for me, with Charles Rogers, it's hard sometimes for guys to get drafted in their hometown, because
it is.
You know,
it really
unless
is.
you have something like what LeBron did. Like LeBron made sure he put everyone around him that was not about that BS. So everyone that came and was his inner circle was tight. You know, they were about him growing, and he set them up for success, and they set themselves up for success. You know, look at was that Maverick and all those guys, and those guys became part of his team, and they are successful now. So you know, he put those guys around him that wasn't going to hurt his career. You know, they didn't want to hang out and smoke weed or, you know, do whatever. But because sometimes you get those latchers ons that, you know, all they want is money, or all they want to do is party around you. You know, they want to do the
I'm
same.
not sure. I'm not sure if that was the case or not. I know that he had a lot of injuries.
He had a lot of injuries.
It might have come from that. To me, it could have been a pain type of thing.
But he had some of his homies that was hanging around him.
Yeah, that's true too. That
was, you know, and it happens. But you know, and this is the Charles Rogers story was just, you know, it just tragic. Was just sad and tragic. Mm-hmm. You know, I hope he, you know, it was just one of those things that it was there definitely. And another guy that was like, you know, that was needed that like kind of help like that. And not saying that it was that same situation, was Titus Young. You know, look at that guy.
Oh, that was horrible.
I mean, it was just bad. I mean, he was.
This happens to the Lions a lot, actually. Yeah, there's just a lot of, you know, bad stuff that happens to them.
Bad stuff.
So. And we would be remiss without saying about Charles Rogers that he did pass away in November 11th, 2019. Charles Rogers left us, and it wasn't a great legacy here, but for his family and stuff, it's terrible.
He was one of my. I'm not a Michigan State fan at all, but he was one of my favorite wide receivers in college during his career. That guy could ball. I mean, he was a chair out there at Michigan.
I was very happy they drafted him actually, and I was dumb then, and I've educated myself since then.
Yeah, he definitely torched the Wolverines a few times when he was playing for the Spartans. So
he did, and he started out great.
Yeah, he did.
Started out really good in that first game. I think he had 2 touchdowns or something. I can't remember. I think it was Arizona he played. This is just off the top of my head. So if you fact checkers out there want to help me, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Question of the day today for me is there any of those defensive tackles that you want on the Detroit Lions? Do you think that that's going to fit in with this build? And why I say build is because it's not a rebuild. It can't be a rebuild if you haven't built anything. So that's true. Kind of the way I look at this thing. And this is a build going forward. I love the fact that we are doing things through the draft. You're going to start seeing what I'm talking about. Curt sees it too. I know that. Yeah. We talk all the time. So anyway, I'm going to get to my favorite part of the show today. It is the dessert with my man, Curt.
All right, we got a 2 for dessert today. Nice. All right, so first up, I want to give a shout out to the Michigan Wolverine gymnastic team who won their first national championship over the weekend. They've won several things. I mean, I think they've been the Big Ten champs like 24 times and regional champs, but they just could never get over the hump and win the national championship. But they won their first one this weekend. Congratulations, ladies, for doing your thing out there, winning your national championship. And another one is Dan Hanses of NFL Network said that Detroit Lions are having one of the smartest off seasons in the league, which we've said that plenty of times on this show, but
yes, we have.
It's finally good to hear some national media talk about the smart moves that are Brad Holmes and his staff are making over there in Allen Park.
Yeah, I love everything that we're doing right now. I'm being honest about it. I didn't love the Jared Goff thing. That was one of the things I didn't really care for. But you know what? Give the guy a chance, see what he does. My final thoughts for today is, be patient, folks. It's going to take a little while. It's not going to be next season, though everybody's saying, oh, we could be really good. Yeah, well, probably not. But that doesn't mean that we're not doing it the right way. We're plugging in players that have the attributes that we want, but not necessarily the players that are going to be forming into stars going forward. And I think that as we replace these players with draft picks that Brad Holmes, John Dorsey, that front office is going to create a team in Detroit that we can be proud of. And I believe that this is the regime to get us to at least winning a playoff game, at least winning a division. So I think honestly, 2023 is looking like that could be our year. And going forward from that, I think we're going to be a contender for a long time. If we can manage the cap good, if we can keep our own players that we draft, that we turn into very good players, this should be an awesome experience. And I'm so happy I'm along for the ride for this. And I hope you're excited too, because I'm there. I'm with them on this.
I'm drinking my Kool-Aid, baby.
I am. Hold on. Yeah, here we go.
Okay. That's the Kool-Aid for the day. All right. My final thoughts for the day is that I like what you said. I like the moves that they're making. They're being smart. I just think that, we're going to have to. We have a solid group right now, but on the defensive line, but there's some positions that need to be upgraded as far as depth is concerned. And I just think that's why I kind of wanted to talk about some of those free agent D tackles that are out there right now. But it may not happen this year. Like Jim said, it may happen through undrafted free agency. It may happen next year through the draft as well. So, we'll see what happens. But, stay positive, people. It's Monday. The week is starting off, right? We wanted to bring you some good content to start your week off, right? So as you go throughout your week and out your Monday, it's Monday. It's a great day to be alive. So hug your loved ones. Hey, spend time with them. Tell them you love them. And as always, just be treat others the way you want to be treated. And we're still doing what? Autism Acceptance Month. Another shirt for my man, Curtis Williams III. Hey, man, autism is a disease that affects 1 in 5 children in the United States. So definitely be more aware and be more accepting of those who are different than yourself. So it's Monday. Go into the office. And you know what you got to do when you get there. You got to boss up. Fall out and be the best version of you that you can be. It is Monday. Hey, join the channel if you haven't done already. Subscribe. Hey, we don't have fans. We don't have viewers. We got family, and it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Don't forget to go over to bellyupsports.com and check us out. Over there, they got a ton of podcasts that you check out and some great articles by some good writers. So we going out the door. This is Curt Steele for Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And for my man, Jim, we will holler at you real soon.